All right, we are back, and today we're going to tackle, or well, probably shouldn't tackle gratitude, but we're going to talk about gratitude because we're coming into that time of holidays. And of course, in Canada, we had our Thanksgiving holiday back in October, but our American family and friends have it in November. And I know, I love always watching all the cooking shows on TV and the movies and things that come out around this time because all about family and Thanksgiving and gratitude and connection. And yet gratitude seems so simple, but it's not, is it? There's so much to it. So let's have at her, ladies.
I personally love this conversation because I don't know if you ladies can relate, whether you celebrate in October, November, December, whenever it is that you're celebrating holidays, we always feel like this pressure like ensues us and the wanting to make everything perfect and who we're going to spend the holidays with, and we kind of forget the essence of gratitude and we go for the essence of perfection and wanting to people please versus just accepting where we are and embracing ourselves during that holiday season. And it's one of the many reasons why I'll share with you guys, we used to celebrate Thanksgiving, Christmas, like all those traditional holidays with our families. And my husband and I would take turns with my side of the family, his side of the family. And it just got to a point that it didn't feel fun for us anymore. And we were taken away by the essence of why we were getting together in the first place. We just started to create our own tradition and not taken away, not being grateful to be with our family. But we felt like the day of the holiday we would spend with us and then pick another holiday on the week, like another day in that weekend. So if Thanksgiving for us in the US is Thursday, we would either pick a Friday or a Saturday to go to my mom's house, his mom's house. And it kind of broke up the energy of feeling overwhelmed, of feeling pressured of the holiday and all of that. And I kind of felt like I needed to take my power back with that because I felt like I was getting sucked with the energy of it all. How do you ladies feel about that?
I love that you split it up over time so that you can enjoy each one, separately and without that rush and panic, and that you just decided to make your own system with that, right? Changing your traditions doesn't mean that you don't have them. You can make new ones and stuff. We moved quite a ways away from our family, so we'll travel to see them one year and then we'll stay home the next year. And for the first couple of years, with my son, especially when he was little, my husband would feel like we didn't go home, so it's not really the holidays. And I think that it was really important to build new traditions for our family as well around that, and really just find the gratitude for we love going and visiting our family and spending all the time and seeing them again because we don't get to see them a lot, and we love that, and there's so much gratitude for that. But also when we get to stay home, it's just us. It's really special, and there's so many things to find gratitude in that as well. So whatever your circumstances are, and however they've changed for you this year, because sometimes things just don't work out the way we want them. But there's always a way to find the gratitude for what you have.
Yeah. For me too, it's both sides of my family, mine and my husband's, are so different. And different things are important to one half versus the other half. And as I've sort of found what's important to me, sometimes it's, I won't lie, it was hard to break away because of these built-in expectations that family comes first, and so-and-so is getting older, and so-and-so blah blah blah, right? So there's this, I definitely felt it, even though I didn't want to do the holiday thing with either side or whatever. We felt like we should. And often we did fall into that should, spell, because, we didn't want to face the consequences after, whatever those would have been, regret, or I don't know. But I remember feeling that weight for so long. And, now we've been living in Kelowna for the last, I think it's going to be year 6. And so that's about 3 hours, 4 hours away from our family, and we have to cross the mountains in the winter. So that's dangerous. And we have done it. But again, it's like, it was rarely of our own volition. There's still, even to this day, like I'm pretty empowered. My family's pretty empowered. And yet there's still that niggly, like, you know, so-and-so's old. So even though we've created our own traditions, I definitely sympathize with, you know, those women and those families who still have that thing. And you can, you know, you make the best of it. And yet there's like a chink in the gratitude, for me anyway, because of having to compromise. And so I'm still sort of wrestling with that. I guess, you know, wanting to feel okay, that we do compromise a little bit. We're not just like cutting it off because we want this and it doesn't matter what other people want. I'm not there yet. You know, it's a little easier.
It's hard. Yeah. It's hard for us to feel in that acceptance of wanting to feel the gratitude of the moment or of the holiday, because there is that uncertainty of how you're feeling about it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there still is gratitude, and that's where our families almost have to respect our decisions and know that what we're doing is for our best interests, because it's for our nuclear family at this moment, not for the bigger picture of the family overall. And it doesn't mean that we don't appreciate them any less. It's just that, unfortunately, the times have changed, the circumstances have changed. So traditions almost have to be kind of like revised or rewritten in a sense. Like for us, for Thanksgiving, what we decided to do to take the burden off of everyone feeling like we had to like people please America, we decided on Thanksgiving morning, we go in our pajamas to a matinee movie. So whatever movie of the month is out there, we let our youngest guy pick out the movie. And then, of course, real life America. My son is calling me like, can we make this more actual? We let him pick the movie. So we go to the movies. We'll have popcorn for breakfast. That's what we do for Thanksgiving. And then we'll go to my mom's for brunch, and we'll watch like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade at my mom's house. Feast on brunch, because we're really not big turkey eaters in a way. And then in the evening time, we go to my girlfriend's that we've been going to for like ever. She's like our second family, for like either a Thanksgiving treat as far as like a meal or dessert. So we kind of get like the momentum of the whole gratitude and in essence in one particular day, but we showed up the way we wanted to show up. And everyone has come to accept that that's how we're going to spend the holidays, and we release the burden of feeling guilty about wanting to do it that way.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
I love that. That's such a fun, playful energy of it too, right? And it's not really like buying into the shoulds and woulds and coulds of the commercial idea of what we should be doing. So that's really cool.
Do you guys find that certain holidays feel to have more weight than others on them?
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Here in Canada, we don't give gifts on Thanksgiving. I don't know in the States. Do you guys? It's not a gift exchange, is it?
That one is not so much a gift exchange. It's really more of who you're going to spend time with, and it's in that gift of an essence. It's the time, like the gift of time. Who are you validating the most that day? And then that's where we kind of lose the essence of just being grateful of where we are and who we're with. And then, no, guys, just because Thanksgiving is Thursday, that doesn't mean like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday don't count as part of the celebration of the holiday itself. Like, that's where we felt like we needed to step in and kind of rewrite tradition and say, hey, guys, we have Friday. There is Saturday, and I can come to your house on Sunday, or you can come to our house, and we can still celebrate. It doesn't all have to be encompassed in one, because our families are abundant. Our friends are abundant, and we all can be at the same place at the same time. And that's where I think we felt the overwhelm of being like ripped in a sense of having to make a decision. Are we going to your mom's house this year? Are we going to his mom this year? Yeah. Our friends are inviting us over. We can't go over there. So we just was like, no, we pulled back and we took power back, still maintained in the gratitude of it all, but I guess that's where the gift giving of that holiday for Thanksgiving is who you're going to give your time to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's so much magic in allowing it to be simple and easy too, right? Like just letting it feel good. Like we don't need to live up to standards or expectations of other people, and we don't have to, set the whole huge table. Often when we are doing Thanksgiving here, it's just the three of us, so we don't get a whole big bird. Like why would we, right? So often we'll just, we'll get a whole chicken, or we'll get
we've done that.
The turkey breast, and we'll just cook that, right? Because that's enough to feed all three of us, So just letting it be easy. There's no reason to overcomplicate your life just because it's a holiday. And I think that that's kind of when people say, "Oh, I hate the holidays," it feels like that's why, is because it's so complicated. There's so many things to do, and it's just overwhelming.
And the expectation, the expectations they're like I don't know, weights around your neck, So.
And getting back to your point, Kasha, the whole gift giving thing, when the holidays come in, we immediately feel like, oh my God, here we go. We start generating the list of gifts that we're getting. And then the panic starts to settle in. The uneasiness starts settling. The people pleasing starts settling in, because then you're running to the stores and you're making the most to check everyone off this list. And again, I think we lose translation of the gratitude of the moment, that it's not about the presence in a physical form, but it's about the presence of you just showing up and being with those loved ones. What's your take on that with gift giving?
I love that. I think, again, not to call out, one side of my family, but there is definitely that expectation of, here's my list, here's my budget, let's, do a gift exchange type of thing. And it becomes this expectation. Again, there's that freaking word. But I love homemade gifts, or I love that time. One of my girlfriends decided, instead of giving her kids a bunch of stuff, she was going to commit to learning how to play a computer game with each of them that they loved. And so that creates a whole different level of connection for her, for her kids. And then they have something that they can continue doing all year, not just a box of stuff. Yeah. And then, do you remember what you got for Christmas? Probably some of it, but not all of it. And why is that? So we've really, that is one hard sort of boundary we have stepped from, is the gift giving. If it is just a list, here you are, where's my stuff, I'm out.
We've done that ourselves. We have, my boys are grown, 23 and 17. We've given them $100 bandwidth of getting them, because they know the behind the scenes of the whole holiday, of who is the actual gift giver, without giving anything away. So it's $100 bandwidth for you to pick and choose what you want. And a lot of the times they've opted to not ask for anything. They just enjoy spending time together. For them, it's quality of time and quality of being present for one another. We don't do exchanges with adults, because that just can be so overwhelming and so over-consuming, and really not necessary. For us to have to put that beast of burden on us of buying the perfect sweater and the perfect slow cooker, or the deep fryer, or the subscription, or the right gift card, I think just takes away from the gratitude of being focused on loving the holiday.
Yeah, sure. For sure.
I love that. For me, I always get flack because one of my favorite gifts, I have two, and one of them is gift cards, because you are giving me the gift of guilt-free shopping. Yes, please. Do I need to continue to explain this? People think that it's so impersonal, and I just love it because I get to go choose something for me without having to be like, oh, I should save that money, right? So I just love that. But then my ultimate favorite gift is that my mom bakes for us every year, and she hands out these little tins or containers, and you get all your shortbread, and she makes these pinwheels, which are like little cinnamon pastries. there to die for. I love them. It's the only time of year I get them. So when she always apologizes for this gift, and I'm like, I've been waiting for these for months. You do not apologize. In fact, you should be apologizing when you don't do the baking.
Yes, exactly. When I don't get my tin, then I'll take your apology.
For sure.
So are you ready to hand out some permission slips, ladies?
Yes. I'll go first. Permission granted to rewrite your traditions and rewrite how you want to feel for the holiday, whatever holiday it is, and choose to show up in that energy in which feels comfortable for you. And be okay with having to probably say no to a particular offer, an invitation, and know that you can pick another day to still celebrate that holiday with someone else.
Permission granted to find the joy in whatever your experience is going to be, and just releasing the obligation and the burden. Like, just let it be easy, let it be joyful. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Permission granted to be really clear with yourself about what's important to you. And if you don't have it all figured out, that's okay too. If you feel like you want to compromise, give yourself that gift, because if you can do that without getting down on yourself for it, then you'll have a better time versus forcing yourself to do something. So permission granted to just be clear. This was awesome. This was, I feel like, such a deep conversation, and so many of us think about it every year, and so I'm glad we had it. And of course, I want to remind you all that we are now on SoundCloud. All our episodes are getting uploaded up there, and of course, still on YouTube. And if you haven't grabbed your Permission Granted Manifesto, the link is below, so feel free to subscribe and put it all over your house so that you can be reminded that the power is inside you, and you can give yourself permission for all kinds of things whenever you need it. And that's it. We will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.